Hey everybody, it's your captain here. Decided I wanted to give my thoughts on a little something I noticed. A couple weeks back, I finally saw Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And I noticed that it shares a lot of similarities with another second part in a sequel trilogy that came out fairly recently. Yes, I am referring to Star Wars The Last Jedi. I noticed increasing similarities between the two. Like, not only are they sequels in their sequel trilogies, not only are they helmed by a different person, a different director from the first movie, and the first director is coming back for the third movie, but they are both vastly different takes on the mythos for both those series. Now, I'm not gonna call them bad because I actually love both these movies in different ways. Mostly because, I mean, if any of you have ever paid attention to me, you know that I am a huge dinosaur fan, and I'm also a huge Star Wars fan. Only thing I love more is Godzilla. But these movies, they're while not the best movies, they are quite entertaining. I really like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It's the type of popcorn flick that, if you're not looking for a deep thinking movie, it's certainly a better option than most of those damn Transformer movies. Ugh, those things are just mind-numbingly bad. Ugh. But to the similarities, they both take our characters on an adventure that is extremely reminiscent of the movies they're mirroring. Last Jedi mirroring Empire Strikes Back. Excuse me, Fallen Kingdom mirroring The Lost World. Where, Last Jedi had the main protagonist go to a remote planet for training while the other characters of the story proceed to avoid danger and stuff. And like, if you've seen the movies, if you've seen Empire and The Last Jedi, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those two movies are not exactly the same, but mirror images of each other. And it's funny how Last Jedi is a mirror image of Empire, but also completely takes everything and kind of turns it on its head in a way. Just like in Fallen Kingdom, it's almost 100% mirroring The Lost World with them. We have to go back to the island, but only this time there's less focus on the being back on the island part and more focus on the back on the mainland part. And Fallen Kingdom feels much more contained. It doesn't quite have the scope that all the other Jurassic World or Jurassic Park slash World, anything in the Jurassic franchise kind of felt like. Even though most of them took place on that island, they still had this grand scale scope feel to them that Fallen Kingdom just doesn't have. It's very tight, very small story. Much like The Last Jedi, that mostly takes place on either, oh my god, the names of planets is eluding me right now, but either Rey on the planet with Luke training or on the ship with the crew trying to get away from the First Order. With a slight deviation to that gambling planet or whatever, which I didn't really mind. It's a nice little deviation and brought in that one character, whatever, this isn't a review of that movie. But it also, I find it really funny how similar these movies are, and yet the fandom for one is like completely split down the middle, whereas the fandom for the other is relatively meh. And I think I kind of figured it out, like what's and the whole remake The Last Jedi thing, everything coming to light, and why those fans hated The Last Jedi. And let me specify by saying, if you don't like The Last Jedi because you don't agree with how the story went or the characters and stuff like that, and I mean like the character arcs and how Luke acted and things like that, I kind of get what you're saying and how different it is, and it feels like it rubbed you the wrong way, and it didn't answer the questions that the Force Awakens set up. I get it. But if you're pissed off with The Last Jedi and the new Star Wars movies in general because they're putting more of a focus on women characters and characters of color and things like that, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit. Get off my video. I don't want your fucking view. Alright? But my point is you got assholes like that freaking out over The Last Jedi, but claiming that, oh, it's such a deviation from the original source material that it's just not Star Wars and we need to go back and fix it. Guess what? Fallen Kingdom did the same thing, where it is a complete deviation from everything that came before it. And yet nobody's raising a peep. And if you ask me, the Jurassic franchise is a pretty loved franchise. Despite having less than stellar movies, there are many people who love those movies and have their own personal favorite. And I mean, it's making billions of dollars, so they're doing something right. So it came to my head, like, what's the big difference? Well, maybe it's because in Fallen Kingdom, the main character is a straight white guy who is good at doing everything. Yes, once again, Chris Pratt is playing a Mary Sue. Where he's all he is an ex-Navy guy. We're never really sure what he did in the military. But yet, he is like this master dinosaur trainer and gets out of all these super dangerous situations, sometimes by just plain dumb luck. And then he's able to fight like not hundreds or tens or whatever, but like entire groups of armed soldiers or bodyguards or whatever, mercenaries, without a gun himself, and easily kick like all their asses, all the while like avoiding dinosaur problems. And it's pretty freaking ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, I love Chris Pratt, and I thought he was great in this movie, despite the fact that he is a bit of a Mary Sue and always seems to find a way out of every situation. He's like the MacGyver of the Jurassic franchise, except not as creative. So it's like, come on, people. You're going to get mad about one, but not the other, sort of thing. And then it becomes pretty fucking obvious what you're mad about. You're not mad that it changed the story, or that the story is not what you thought it was. You're mad because you don't like seeing women or people of color take the center stage, and you can go fuck yourself, because the fact that these movies are making billions of dollars speaks volumes. People want to watch it, and you know what? I want to see it. Fucking Rey is a great character. I can't wait to see what she does in the next movie. I seriously hope it's not fall in love with Kylo Ren, because fuck him. I've said that since The Force Awakens, and all these people who are shipping Rey and Kylo Ren can fuck themselves, because while I love Kylo Ren as a villain, he is definitely a great bad guy. Fuck him. Killing Han Solo and shit. Spoiler alert if you're like one of the 5 people who didn't go see Force Awakens. But not the point. Point is, these movies are great, and they need to just keep going in the direction they're going in. I can't wait to see the next Jurassic movie and how they do the whole dinosaurs wandering the United States and also being controlled by the shady parts of the world and things like that and used for assassination purposes or whatever. Bring it all on. Fuck it. I can't wait to see it. It truly is a Jurassic World. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Right. It became overwhelmingly obvious what that group of people is really getting pissed about. And they're getting pissed about that, but nobody is saying anything about another movie that did the same thing, except for one minor difference. Whatever. On a side note, Comic-Con is coming up. I'm sure some of you have seen the images that Mike Doherty, I believe is how you pronounce his name, has released from the upcoming Godzilla sequel, and the leaked image of what Rodan could possibly look like. I'm not going to attach those to this. Well, you might see the Godzilla picture at the end there, but I'm not going to do a video on the new Godzilla stuff until after San Diego Comic-Con, because hopefully they drop a trailer. There's going to be a presence. Doherty has confirmed this. There's going to be a presence at San Diego Comic-Con for Godzilla King of the Monsters. So here's hoping they drop a trailer and we get some awesome images. Hopefully they don't show King Ghidorah yet. Like, hold on to that as much as possible. I would like to see Rodan and Mothra, though. Those are the two, like, I'm really looking forward to seeing. I mean, of course I'm looking forward to King Ghidorah, but hold off, because he's supposed to be the big bad. Just hold off on it. Let us see it in the movie. Or just, like, uber tease. Whatever you gotta do. But yeah, be expecting a video from me on that soon. And, thanks for listening. Have a good one. Bye-bye.